Yeah, we's up on the West Sea for Leah, my near. Love for all you guys rocking and rolling with your boy. Oh man, we got us a show today, boy. We're gonna get into Charles Barkley blaming the commissioners of the NBA and WNBA for all this Enes Kanter madness and controversy. Controversy? Enes Kanter. We're gonna get into that. Officer Tatum, Stephen A. Smith, everybody chiming in on that. We even got a protester talking about it. It's wild right there. So we also gonna get into how the NFL and a new study has shown up to 25% of NFL players affected by CTE. Dive deep into that and say, hey, Wiley, what you doing? How you doing? I know you're from the CPT, but do you have CTE? We're gonna talk through that. We got pictures of skinny Luca, and skinny Luca is in shape, but people are saying, no. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Not all props. So we're going to get into that. Deshaun Watson gets a pep talk from not only Todd Monken, his head coach, but Shannon Sharp, Kyle Brandt. Everybody chimes in on that. We're going to have some fun with that. We got the Hornets behind the scene, which I've been talking about and teasing for about a week. We're going to show you the trade. Jamel Hill, she responds to Slick Rick the Bucher, talking about the lack of diversity in the WNBA coverage. I really want to get into that one. And players playing drunk and high, like they lit, and they still out there playing on your DraftKings. So we got a bunch of stories, also on this show. We try to get into all of them at the same time. Stop talking, Wiley. Be about it. Get into it. Get involved. Hey. Love you guys for being who you are. What's new on my plate? Same old, man. I had a 3-hour conversation last night with my ace, my best friend, man. And we ain't had one of them since high school, it felt like. Like we were like, dog, we been on the phone 3 hours. I ain't never, ever done that in a while. One of those conversations. It was amazing. Really trying to build out what we doing here, hashtag men too. He's an executive at BlackRock. If you guys know what BlackRock is, it's its own economy. Was it $1 trillion company? He's a big time executive there. My ace Jabari Magnus, and we just talking about how we can help each other and help the world. So look forward to all of that going and coming your way soon. Big brain there. That's my dog. Man, he went to Cornell, all the good stuff, man. The dude graduated Cornell with 2 degrees, a master's in like 3 years. He a genius. He's just different. All right, get into this, Marcellus. Stop talking about your boy. He ain't my boy. What happened to that boy? All right, Charles Barkley. What happened with the WNBA, NBA, and who's at fault? Who's to blame? Let's go.
I always support the gay community. I always support the transgender community. I got none but love and respect for gay people and transgender people. But under no circumstances do I think men should play against women. Zero. I'm disappointed in Adam Silver and Cathy, the commissioner. First of all, you can't let stupid stuff go out to the internet, which is one of the worst things that ever happened to the world. They should have come out 2 weeks ago before all this, because people are looking for attention now. Just say,
including this guy.
But he has a point, though, because Cathy and Adam haven't said, hey, it's in the title, WNBA. We're not going to have transgender people in the WNBA, and we're not going to discuss it again. That's what Adam and Cathy should have done 2 or 3 weeks ago before they turn it over to the internet and every fool, idiot, and jackass to have an opinion on.
Okay, let's go there because we on the internet right now. Are we some jackasses, dummies with an opinion on it? Absolutely. I know what Charles is saying. First of all, you got to preface everything by saying you got love for it before you actually give it some criticism, because people are so thin-skinned now, they are just flesh-driven that they don't understand that that's part of the love. Well, one of the things I was talking about with my ace last night is that everything that happens to you is a part of the love. It's a part of the journey. And when you embrace it, all of a sudden you start to see the beauty in all things. And that's one of the spirits of what we try to get through on this show. I'm trying to convey is like, dog, all this little beef and all these issues and all this fear of the unknown is just another version of the love you're supposed to have. You're supposed to go through all things. You're supposed to go through all obstacles with the faith in yourself, the faith from God, who you are made in his image, and you're supposed to be gangster about it. And when it doesn't go your way, you ain't supposed to cry about it. You're supposed to just keep on moving to find the next. right? Don't lose your joy, don't lose your enthusiasm, don't lose your belief, don't lose your way through wins or losses. That's our goal. We all do, trust me. At the same time, I'm looking at this situation, the trans situation in the WNBA. People are so scared to hurt somebody's feelings because their feelings get hurt so easily that they ain't even gonna take a stance. They ain't even gonna take an actual objective truth stance. Think about it. We are literally having a conversation over the first thing that happens to us in identity. The first thing that happens to you when you're born, old school, natural birth, right? Old school. Not when we got these gender reveals and all that. Old school. Like mama and daddy don't know what's about to come out. Baby come out, it looking yellow, orange, purple, green, black, white. You don't know what this thing is. It's an alien. But one thing you do know, the doctor do that. You got that long ass umbilical cord. He like, get it away from his neck. Okay, it's all around his shoulders. Then you go like this. You want to snip it? I remember I snipped the first one. I snipped a few. Snipped 4 of them. You want to snip it? Yeah, I want to snip it. And then you get right here. You're like, You're like, You hit that thing, right? And then what the doctor do? What you already see. Is it a boy or girl? You got a little what do you got down there? You got a little Vienna sausage? Got a little Vienna? That's him. That's my boy. Yeah. Boy. Oh no, he ain't got that. He got a little slit. She, hey girl, I love you, baby. Bam. That's the first thing we talking about. Okay? First thing you can see is that baby is a boy or girl. We arguing over that. We arguing over thousands of years of
Adam should come out, and Cathy. I like both of them a lot. Women can own. There's no transgender people going to play in the WNBA. If you don't like it, kick rocks. We're not going to discuss it anymore.
Yep.
And Enes is trying to get attention because listen, if he did all the operation things, we're not doing that either. The WNBA is for women. And listen, this is the last time we're going to discuss it. We're not going to turn it over to the fools on the internet. We're not going to turn it over to Congress and things like that. The WNBA is for women only, period. We're not going to discuss it again.
Life. That's it. We ain't talking about it no more. I don't want to hear no more. Okay? It's that simple. Charles Barkley just said it's that simple. Right? Which is amazing that it ain't that simple. We wish it was that simple, but it's not that simple because we can't even define what it is. Got to be more careful. So let's continue this conversation because it gets crazier. It gets crazier. Even though Barkley wants it to end, I'm with you, Barkley. Sorry. There's more to it. There's more to it. What happened, Barkley? This is what we got to get into. What happened? As you guys may have heard or may not have heard, we're going to dive into it right now soon. Enes Kanter is now banned from the arena. Banned from going to the arena. He poses a threat. Let's talk about what that threat really looked like in real time before we get there. There you go.
So you are offering, it seems like you're doing everything right. You're making every possible compromise in order to try and push this issue within the WNBA. And you even attended a game peacefully, attended the game, even though people were very rude to you, I think. I saw quite a few clips of people shouting at you, yelling at you, arguing with you, including the players, which is kind of unique.
So the reason I picked that game, actually, so the GM of Chicago Sky was my trainer long time ago. I actually worked out with him. So before we get to the game, we even texted him. I actually have the text messages. So if he comes out and say, oh, it's a lie, I have the screenshots. Anyway, so say, hey, we are coming to the game. We just want to peacefully watch the game. We don't want to make no trouble. He texted back, he texted us and say, just enjoy the game. I said, perfect. I was literally just sitting there, just watching one of the probably most watched, WNBA games ever in history. And I was having so much fun. I didn't cause no trouble. I was just sitting there and just watching the game because I am a big fan of the game. And then
even when he's talking normal about it, remember I told you about actors, the good actors versus the great actors, it's their cheeks. He seemed like he in on it. Like he's trolling even when he just being normal. Like I was just watching the game, one of the most popular games ever. It just seemed like his whole agenda is to troll these suckers. And you know what? I don't have a problem with it because what he's standing on, you can't shake. What the foundation is, you can't shake. Now you can clown the expression all you want. That's how people get caught up. Oh, how you acting something out versus what you really talking about. I look at what you're talking about. Then who am I to say I don't like how you serving it? Is it good or not? Is it real or not? Simple as that. Don't get caught up in the trolling. Get caught up in what he's really smoking and rolling. And he rolling up a fat one.
Things went down.
Okay, so Natasha Cloud comes up and says they're not going to have sex with you. Is this correct? Am I recalling this? So, she's not going to have sex with you? This is a crazy thing. And then, sorry, there's too much. I want you to like I want you to get this correct. But please, this is the story that's been out in the public.
Right.
That a player in the league attacked a fan, insulted a fan, taunted a fan, and then used a ref to like eject a fan, which I think would probably be the first time in sports history
she should be fine
that's happened. Is this correct?
So here's what happened. I just want to clear the air. I want to make things very clear. So first half, we watched the game. It was an amazing time. And the second half, towards the end of the third quarter, I remember they put Sophie Cunningham in, which was my favorite player in WNBA right now. So I remember it was like around like a 3-minute mark. She shot the ball, and I literally put my hands in the air to celebrate it, right? And Natasha Cloud saw that. The next position, she came in front of my bench and said, she started to yell at me and said, she's not going to sleep with you. And I'm like, I turned around to my manager. I'm like, did she really said that? Right? And I was, at this point, I'm confused. Anyway.
You ain't confused, fool. You're doing an interview and trying to troll. Anyway, look. I think we need to get over it in 2026. So that's 2026 years after death. And I don't know how many BC that there's going to be a double standard when it comes to men and women. Like I'm understanding that right now. Like, I don't care how right you are, you're going to have to recognize the double standard. And some of it goes your way and some of it goes against you. Some of it helps you and some of it is about the bias. It's just the way it's going to be, okay? I'm over here trying to fight for equality and, treat everybody the way you want to be treated, golden rule. That ain't true. I don't know if it's societal norms or just the fact that, hey, forget how we socialize. This is how it is. We ain't going to be treated the same. With that said, you know what she was doing. You couldn't do. As a man in the NBA, you could not pull that stunt. You imagine going to one of them old ladies or one of them pretty girls at the court side with mother's pearls on and you go up to her talking about, I ain't having sex with you. Man, you talking about Me Too movement.
So the next position, I told her, I was like, listen, I'm not trying to sleep with her. I want to make this very clear, America. I'm not trying to sleep with her. She said, I was like, I'm just here to protect women and support my friend, Sophie Cunningham. The next position, she started to curse at me. She started to drop a lot of F-bombs. And I'm like, at that point, because I played 11 years in NBA, there are so many kids, so many teenagers. Actually, she's loved by the Chicago fans. So there are many kids out there idolizing Natasha. And I was like, you cannot use that kind of language in middle of the court where everyone can hear you.
Yeah, of course.
And then anyway, and then she scored a point. She came around, she started yapping and cussing. I was like, I literally simply got out, put my hands, in the air. I was like, listen, I'm here to protect women, and that's all. I guess that's triggered her. I don't understand why.
If I may.
Go ahead, please.
It triggered her because you're twice her size.
Yeah.
And because by going like this, you have done actually more damage to her arguments that like men should play. I mean, you look like a monster out of Space Jam. You're one of the Monstars, okay, versus Bugs Bunny, like Babs Bunny, okay? And that's what it looked like. And that's why it's the most memeable moment probably in sports all year. And that.
Okay. The trigger, which is crazy, like I've dealt with this before. Like the first trigger people have is like, well, he was so big. And it's like, okay, Like, I don't understand, and I'm not little, and I don't think I've ever been little. I think I've been skinny before, but I've always been bigger, either tall and skinny or tall and big. But the point is, I don't understand little people. I don't understand little people's brains and their little brains. So someone's bigger than you. Okay, how come that's just not an objective truth? How come that's just not, it is reality? Not, oh, he's bigger than me and you finished the sentence, therefore I felt threatened. Your little ass you think I feel threatened by everybody I see gigantic? I see people bigger than me. I ain't scared. I just like that fool big. Oh, because you big. Huh? It's still relative, fool. Like the size between me and you is the size between me and Shaq. If I saw Shaq walking down the street, I'd go, huh? For what? He just big. I don't know. Maybe it's the sports in me. As soon as I see anybody, I don't care if they little, I think they quicker. If they bigger, I think they slower. But I don't think they scarier because the little dude could wear you out. Pause. The little dude could go get it. And the big dude could be sorry and soft. And no lie, if I had to generalize, bigger they are, the easier they fall. Not the harder, the easier. Because they big but ain't been tested. They soft, Pillsbury dough in the bit. 9 out of 10 big dudes I've ever seen, and me, I'm talking about like really big, man, that ain't no hell to deal with. You know what's hell to deal with? I tell you what's hell to deal with. It's 2 types. One of them's just like sick athlete types, 6'1", 220, just that little dude, leave him alone. And then 2, look, I said little dude, he's 6'1". And 2, them fire hydrants, them little like 6'2", 320s, like they just got booty and just trunk, like a clump, like Professor Clump, but they can move. Man, them little fire hydrants, I call them, you ain't messing with them. But 6'8", 350, by the time he even get rolling, I'm like, yeah, shut up, fool. Like, yeah, I'm just punching him with my, like, man, move. Most of them, not the great ones. But I just don't understand why people walk around, he big, he's scary. He little, he ain't scary. Y'all watch UFC? Y'all see Mighty Mouse and them dudes out there? He ain't scary? Okay, go ahead.
That's why she was angry.
And I played 11 years in NBA. I know the rules. So when we played, we actually have this like a briefing by the NBA security. No fans, they're not allowed to touch a player, or no fans allowed to cross baseline or the sideline. So I know where the baseline stands. So I was like, when I got up, I'm like, do not step over the baseline. Just simply open your arms and ask her, what am I doing wrong? I'm literally here to protect women and support my friend. That's all I said, America. So, and she starts yapping, and then security said, you got to leave. I'm like, excuse me? You guys kicking me out of the game just because of I protect women? This is unacceptable. And it's like, dude, you're causing a lot of troubles. Leave. Anyway, they kicked me out of the game, and there was like a lot of police officers were surrounded us, which I respect a lot. They said, listen, they kicked you out. You need to leave the arena. I said, okay, I don't want to cause no trouble. I'm a peacemaker. So I just left the arena.
Damn shame. All right. Not to harp on it, but all the jest, all the levity, all the funny. This is damn shame. This is sad. This is really a sad state of affairs, because if you think about it, what's happening is, what's sad about it is he really did get kicked out. What's sad, he spent $1,000 on some seats, sat right there, and got kicked out of the arena. Like, bye, get your butt up out of here. And being frank, he didn't start that. I ain't seen one video yet that it's on him. I haven't seen one video yet where it's him who did the problem, who was the problem. Not yet. I mean, I don't think it exists. But the point is, even I am talking about it like there may be a video, there may be something, because this is how unbalanced it is. This is how double standard it is. Because we know if the flip would have occurred, it would have been over. It's so double standard that we let a woman, Natasha Cloud, instigate an incident that got a patron kicked out of the arena when she obviously instigated. Forget it. Beyond that, knowing Natasha Cloud's persona, knowing all the times I've heard of her, seen her, read some of her old tweets, and and what the video shows, Natasha Cloud does not get benefit of doubt. Natasha Cloud for the smoke. She ain't for nothing but the cloud for the smoke. And Enes is sitting there, and Enes stands up and does this, and he's the problem. And what he's standing on is to support you and to protect you, but he's the problem. So much so, you imagine you go somewhere and somebody starts something with you, and you don't even respond to them with that energy. You just be like, what you want? Leave me alone. I'm here for you. Get up out of here. I ain't gonna lie, it feels like me in Florida. Hey, man, I ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing. The witness said I ain't do nothing. Get up out of here. For what? Oh, I forgot. A woman said it. I mean, that's the only real answer. Natasha got a problem with you. Crazy times, brother. Crazy times. If that's what we living at. Hey, hashtag men too. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be armed. We got to be armed with a different level of education and knowledge. Our existence has been threatened. You just can't do this no more with a shirt on and say woman, and you've been sitting there for 2 quarters and a halftime in this 3rd quarter, and she over there wolf ticket. Wolf tickets.
How in the flying flip do you show up at a women's basketball game with a shirt on that says a woman is a female, or it's a human, adult human female, and women are mad at you?
Huh.
If you showed up and said a man can be a woman, they'll love you. If you got a transgender person playing in the league, a man playing like a woman, they love you. But a brother trying to stand up for women, they mad. Look at them. Look at them hamburger heifers. Roll the clip.
6-point basketball game.
Look at her. Time out. He will thump her and she will pass out. She would go unconscious at a thump.
That's crazy.
I wish they'd have let her fight him. To be honest, I would love to watch that. That would have been pretty interesting. I love UFC and MMA fights, and I would love to see him drop her while she running up on him like she really gonna do something. You shouldn't even be mad at the man anyway. But since you running up on him, you're not gonna do nothing. So stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the clip.
Look at it.
About that. Let me get right here. I think it's right here. We're living in wild times, y'all. Look at this. One, he didn't cross the baseline. I saw his foot movements the whole time. Look at this. It's 5 women. There's a 5th one somewhere. And then the referees, it's 5 women against this one dude who's just stood up and said, hey, I'm here. And security is breaking his neck to come to make it 6-on-1 instead of saying, because we know the flip couldn't occur. 5 dudes run up on one woman. Let me stop talking, y'all. I'm trying not to get in trouble. Ignorant. We got video. We literally have video seeing her antagonize and instigate this, and we still sitting there like, he shouldn't have been there. Think of your rationale if you said that or you feel that. Just think about it. Just think about it. The thing is, I don't think people thinking anymore. I think they just all reacting and feeling. Right? We in that space now where it's just what think about what? Who's thinking? Ain't nothing to think about. What is he standing on anyway? Let's just get into all of the logic and all of the issues that's coming with this. Like, listen to it. Remember I said I don't think we thinking? Listen to this.
Truth is, trans women are women, and so if they would like to play women's sports, then that would be something that they should do as women.
A few former NBA first-round picks came out yesterday and declared for the WNBA draft. Are you supportive of them?
Yeah, so if they truly were trans, then I would be perhaps supportive of them, but they're not.
Who determines who's really a woman, though?
I would say I would love to see them play against Asia Wilson and beat her. I doubt they would. So thank you so much. The truth is...
I love people that talk with their eyes closed. I love it. I got a couple of people like that in my life. I'll be like, dog, open your eyes. I'm right. Obviously, she got caught up in a little bit of a, what we call it? Some pretzel logic. You know, when it's starting here, Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. I know what I'm talking about. I see what you're talking about. Yep. Ooh, I didn't think about that, but whatever. I'm still gonna stay on my stance because hey, it's what I feel. That's my truth. They always end with my truth. Judge me. You know what? One thing I was talking about last night with my boy, we had a 3-hour conversation. We had a lot of things to talk about. One thing is just understand and enjoy you. Love you. Love your journey. Embrace it. Because people going to mislabel it, misconstrue it. They going to talk about you no matter what you do. Good, bad, or ugly. No matter what you do. Like I literally looking at Enes Kanter like he getting framed. I mean, look, he's trolling, so you can say he asked for it. No one asked to get framed. He's asking for the attention that it deserves, that is real, that is true, that is logical. Not frame him. I wish I would spend $1,000 and all I do is stand up and you kick me out because you just don't like me. Oh, if I'm him, he just got banned from the arena. I'm not litigious like that. I don't just think sue. But I think he got him a lawsuit there. You banned me from arena because of what? I stood up and had my arms out? You got some video or you got some audio of me doing something else? I got a lot of y'all doing something. Enes, if you're listening, Enes, we got to fight fire with fire. Hashtag men too. Men too. It's getting wild out here in these streets. So what happens? You know what they did. They banned this man. Okay, let's get it right here. So, breaking, the Chicago Sky has just banned Enes Kanter Freedom from their arena. Got to be more careful. The team stated he has demonstrated to us that he is a potential threat. And the question from Benny Johnson says, how is he protecting women? How is protecting women and purchasing $1,000 seats a threat? Yo, the Twilight Zone is real. This dude got kicked out and spent money on the seats. This can't be real. Let's get through this. They banned him from the arena. Let me give me some reasons. All right, so Wintrust Arena, he's removed from the building by security. We know he had on the shirt. Sky owner Michael Alter, speaking to Chicago Reporter Tuesday, said Kanter Freedom had begun to chirp and engage Cloud in what he believes was an effort to provoke her. Cloud has been a vocal supporter of LGBTQ plus rights. Okay, good, owner. Maybe you got some intel and got some audio or video devices that you have not made public yet. I want to get him to see, because it's one thing to say that, it's another thing to show that. And you got to be careful. People will frame you in so many ways. Right now, I could tell you, hey, guess what you did to me 20 years ago? What? Look at this. Look at my arm. You're like, what's up with your arm? Look at this. You see this scar? You did that. Like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. I was around you and you did this. And now I'm going to sue you. You don't remember doing this? No, because I didn't do it. Oh, just, how did I get this bruise then? Man, look. Same thing here. Like, okay, he was instigating her. Really? Who said that? She said that. Really? Anything else say it? No, she said she was instigated. Bruh. Our Kanter Freedom has demonstrated to us unequivocally that he has the potential to be a threat, Alter said. Oh, he all in. He must got some heavy donors. That he is not able to control himself to the extent where we can be comfortable that he may not step towards the court again and towards the players. He did step towards the court. It was the cameraman crew right there. I don't know if his big ass size 21s, because his 21s sit behind the cameraman in the seat, or did he just do that to have more space? He still didn't step on the court. And that is, if it wasn't hostile times, y'all wouldn't even have an issue with where he stepped. But I understand now, we nitpicking. So that is the basis for which we will not permit him into the building until such time as he can prove otherwise. How can you prove otherwise that you're going to sit still when somebody is dog cursing you, F-bombing you, and walking 94 feet to instigate you, and ain't going to do nothing, and got 4 other people with him? How can I prove I will never ever stand up again and do this? Well, I'm gonna do that in my home gym. I gotta send you a selfie or a video. Hey, dog. Hey, Mike Alter, check this out. Focus. Is it on? Is this video on? Okay, good. All right. Step back. Like RoboCop. You have 3 seconds to comply. Step back. See, Michael, I step back. I ain't step forward. I'm ready. Can I come back to the arena? Something wrong with me, man. I don't live in this world with everybody else. I don't know. It's weird. Hashtag men too. And that means women too. Because I know a lot of women are sitting there like, these girls are getting away with bloody murder. They over there starting stuff. And this happens a lot in domestic situations. This happens a lot in real life, right? Women start stuff that they know they ain't gonna finish, but then the impression is gonna be that you finished it. You imagine how many men have been imprisoned or in jail because of something said or something that he started it, he did all this, and then it's like, well, prove it. Well, I can't. Well, okay, show me something then. He did this. I didn't do that. Whatever. Next thing you know, boom, you got to deal with it. Why do I got to deal with it? Because she said you did something. She ain't proved nothing. We seen Natasha Cloud. What has she proven that Enes Kanter did that was antagonistic? Go. It's a world out there, y'all. Hashtag men too. You've always been fair to me, so I figured you. Oh no, this is him talking about how he went to the game. All right, that's enough for that article. Boy, we speed read. One thing I learned at Columbia is how to speed read or slowly read through your Cliff Notes. I remember the first time I heard about Cliff Notes. I was like, what? What is a Cliff Note? I went to LA public schools, and then when I went to St. Monica's, ain't nobody know the damn Cliff Notes. They were like, oh, you ain't hip. You don't know what a Cliff Note is? I was like, no, what's a Cliff Note? He said, you know that big ass book they just gave you to read? He was like, yeah, read this one. It's about this big. And it's the same thing. I was like, what? The whole book is right there? They were like, yeah. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so we got a couple more. I want to go here. I want to get some energy into this. Stephen A. Smith, watch what he says. Listen to this pretzel logic. Everybody has it, so I'm not even dissing. I just use examples. Catch me when I do it. Good luck with that. Let's go.
And there's a heightened level of sensitivity that's come associated with the WNBA, and I don't blame them one bit. I want to say that. But here's the reason I don't blame them. Because what Enes Kanter did, although he had every right to do it, and although it's clearly to bring attention to the unfairness of not specifically defining what a woman is in a collective bargaining agreement, and as a result, somebody who is transgender and can wake up and say, I'm a female and I want to participate in the NBA according to the letter of the language of the law, you can actually get away with it. And that needs to be clarified. Clearly, that's a political position to take. And I think on one hand, Enes Kanter was very wrong. It was a classless thing for him to do because the ladies that are playing don't have anything to do with this. They have nothing to do with this, and they don't deserve to be agitated.
See? They don't deserve to be agitated. When the last time you ever heard that said about a man? He don't deserve to be agitated. You go to NBA games all day. We go NBA games every day and go up in there and boo the hell out of them dudes, call them out. Russell Westbrook. Let's go. Y'all want to talk? Russell Westbrook. Put a mic, put some audio on Russell Westbrook and see what he got to deal with. Retire in peace, big dog. Come on. I've been to NBA games. I'm like, dog, I sat next to people. I got Clippers season tickets. I don't know if I'm renewing. I don't know who on the team, but I'm sitting there like, I mean, and then if I'm with my biscuit or, I'm with the itty bitties, I go like this. I seriously go like this. I just bump somebody. I'll be like, don't do that. I'm not, and look, I know I'm big, so all of a sudden you scared. Whatever. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to muzzle you. I'm just like, don't do that. I always do that. I do that to parents at AAU games when y'all start dog cursing the referee. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Don't you know you're still an example? Your kid looking at you like this. Oh, license to ill. Thank you, mama. What you cursing for with your fat ass? You are mama and daddy. Oh, out of shape ass people ain't never played better than the high school intramurals. And you over there dog cursing a 10-year-old because he got hacked and they ain't call it. Like, this is the pro day is on the line. He ain't gonna make it if he don't get that call. Sit your chunk ass down. Damn, I go like this. I literally, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I literally do. I go like this. I just stare until you're going to notice me staring sooner or later, right? And then they doing all that. And then I'll just be waiting. I'll just waiting for some people to leave. I got another trick up my sleeve. I step with pep to the back of the house, look in. All the lights are out. Had to hit that one. That was a good Tourette's. Anyway, I'm looking, and finally they get them, that my eyes go like this. Go. They look at me, I look at them, I go like this. Don't do that. And most of the time, 98% of the time, they go like this. And then sometimes they go like this. What? And I'll be like, don't do that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not enforcing it. I'm not coming up to you. I'm going to do an Enes Kanter, and then I'm going to get kicked out, right? I'm not doing these jokes write themselves. I'm not doing nothing to you. I'm just saying, don't do that. You're an example. And if someone has to remind you you're an example, you're probably not a good example. But be an example. Funk wrong with people, dog. What's wrong with people? I'm not even taking up for him. I'm taking up for it. What's right? You can't go to a game no more? Y'all got an issue going on, and I am actually protecting and supporting that issue in a way that you probably don't like, but oh well, there's all type of genres and versions and of expression. But what I'm saying is real. That's why even Stephen A had to say it. He has a point. So now, because it's making other people feel uncomfortable that the truth is in front of them or around them, we're supposed to give them more space instead of the truth. It's almost like we're having a tug of war between truth and how I feel. My truth and the truth. Fuck my truth. Even if it's me, my truth don't matter. It's the truth. Now, there's three sides to every story, and I tell you, I always gonna tell you two of them. I'm gonna tell you my side, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, the other one, deal with it. And I know people don't always believe me. And you know, frankly, I do care. I wish you did, but trust me, I don't care because I ain't gonna stop. I am built to talk my shit. To the day I die, you're gonna be like, "Wow, I know who Wiley was." One thing I know is that guy. Now, all this logical pretzels. Everybody eating logical pretzels. Always ended with my truth. Let's get to the CTE. Maybe I got it. Shit, the way I'm talking. People are like, you must got CTE. You don't care. I do care. I care too much. Probably care too much. I got itty bitties to raise. They're not gonna know the real from the fake. They ain't gonna know the truth from my truth. What world you live in? Got me funked up. So, who's up? Beat up in the comments. Let me get into this. I see NFL CTE is next on the topics list. I want to talk through that, but first I gotta give y'all some love. Top fans in here. Who in there? Stomp them paid the bill. Stomp is back. Look at that. He like, Wiley, you good, baby. See if we're gonna see how Stomp act when I go to this trial on Monday and he start hearing all this crazy stuff about me. Stomp gonna be disappearing again. Come on, Stomp. You're going to hear bad stuff about me starting Monday. That's how it goes, right? Ain't nobody going to win something by just saying, you know what? Marcellus is the Walter Payton Man of the Year 3 times for his teams. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that Marcellus also? You don't win that way, right? So let me show you this. Crazy. We live in a weird world, dog. Let me show you this. Marcellus, Marcellus is 3-time Walter Payton Man of the Year. Why are we in here in this courtroom then? Marcellus, he was the valedictorian. He was a National Honor Student. He was a California Scholastic Federation. He went to an Ivy League. You ain't gonna hear that, Stomp, so still show up, though.
There's another story that we've just seen as of this morning. It's a developing story today, and it is a new British study, I should say, in today's British Medical Journal, in which they discovered that nearly 25% of former NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 had CTE. Researchers say 878 former players died during those 6 years. They examined the brains of 235 of those and found that 215 of them had some level of CTE. CTE is a progressive neurological disease caused by repeated impacts to the head. It can be definitively diagnosed only by examining the brain after death. Studies have shown that the rate of CTE in people who have not sustained repeated impacts to the head is nearly zero. Again, that is a study. It was released, and we just received this just a few moments before we came on the air this morning. All right, we'll take a short break. There's another.
Okay. Couple things that stand out. One is the fact that this was a read. Now, he covered himself by saying, I just read this for 1 minute and that's it. No, hey, we ain't doing no debates. Ain't no chiming in. Other breaking news happens. They talking about it for an hour. This comes in, we're partners with the NFL. I'm going to say it again. We're partners with the NFL. We're going to talk about this because some things we can't avoid. At the same time, move on. I wonder if today they have a round table about it. Doubt it. Okay, I understand. Don't kill your own, right? You know, we don't want no friendly fire. Get it. Other thing about it is when you hear stuff like this, up to 25% have CTE. Immediately, I know this is how I think. That means 75% did not. And that's not to negate the 25% that do. It's just to tell you that as prevalent as this is, it's still more prevalent that you won't get it. Most people don't go that far. Most people stop at 25% and not say, well, 75% don't. Now, compared to the rest of society, the rest of the world, they say almost 0%. So that means you've been hit in the head. They say soccer, youth soccer is bad, football bad. I don't know about boxing. I haven't heard. But boxing is a very dangerous sport because people die night-night. I mean, to the sky. So the point is, where do we put this? Where do we put this? And I'm going to talk to you about my experiences with CTE in the conversation as well. But I ain't give all the top fans they love. I'm sorry, I just got stuck on Stomp. Deion Kincaid, Drew Mack, Rafael Ramirez, Sent here is in the building. Love to you guys, man. And all the members I see, I got to get the members shout out next time. Let's finish this, though, because this is interesting. NFL CTE, very interesting. Come on. Your boy might be dealing with it. Like, you know what I mean? I'll tell you about it. Let's go.
So in the study, you focused on about 235 donated brains from former NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021. I mean, did you expect the rate of CTE to be so high? Tell us more about what you found.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we started studying NFL players' brains, it's been more than 90% of the sample. But over time, we got much better at getting a larger sample of NFL players and built a partnership with the retired community, so much that we got more than 25% of NFL players' brains. Unfortunately, that rate is still more than 90% in that sample. We've always hoped that this disease might be rare, but I think this is that final nail in the coffin to say, no, this is absolutely not a rare disease in the NFL population. And now we know it's somewhere between 25% and 98%. And what we need to figure out what it is between those two numbers.
So that 1 in 4 number we're seeing is likely a conservative estimate. Is that what you're saying?
It's almost certainly an extremely conservative estimate.
Do you know,
unfortunately,
do you know from these relationships you have with the families and former players, if any of those players or all the players who had CTE also had symptoms they exhibited before their deaths?
You know what's interesting about this? And I know Chris, respect, big dog, big brain on him. Because of sample size, which is basically what he was saying, like, look, the sample size, we got to gain more trust so we can get more access to these brains. So they're getting, they're getting a quarter of the people to donate, and then a quarter of them have it. But he's like, look, if we get more, then we probably have more. But that is an assumption, but that also is based in knowledge. So that's his hypothesis. Like, I am hypothesizing that if we were to get more, that number would go up even in percentage, not just aggregate number. And I don't know. Look, me not nearly in tune with this topic like Chris is, I don't feel that way. I don't think it's that. No, I don't think it's going to go up to 98%. I don't think it's going to go to that excess. I don't even think it's going to cross the 50% threshold. But that's me sitting here ignorant to what he knows. But to say it could go up to 98%, ooh, I'm listening.
Yeah, unfortunately, nearly 2/3 of them had dementia while they were alive. So most of these were very severe. Most of them were very impacted, and that's why their families reached out. But we are also able to go back and get the national death records of every NFL player we didn't get. And the unfortunate thing is we got far fewer than half of NFL players who died of a neurodegenerative disease.
Obviously, this is resonating across a lot of people. We did speak to a former NFL player today. That's Randy Grimes. He played in the league for nearly a decade. We asked him about his reaction to the study earlier today. Here's what he had to say.
They're testing the brains of former NFL players, and a lot of them had a lot of years in the league, but we're not testing the brains of high schoolers, people that played a couple of years in college. So I think there's a lot more research that needs to be done, but at least we're talking about it and we're moving in that direction.
Okay, we're gonna do the math part again. I see y'all in the comments. If I misheard or misspoke, we're gonna do it again. But look, it says at least 1 in 4. That's 25%. That's where I get the 25% from. And they even said,
Dr. Nowinski, there are
so at least 1 in 4 NFL players has CTE. At least. Okay, that's where it comes from. But we'll go back.
millions of people who played as young players in youth leagues, who played in high school, who played in college. What should we take away from your study about them?
Well, yeah, I know Randy's a great guy, and he's helped us with supporting families. I guess I do need to let him know that we are also studying college football players. We've studied nearly 400 of them, and we've studied more than 100 former high school players. What we've shown through the study of people with different career lengths is a clear dose-response relationship. We're over 90% are NFL players, but I think we're still around 2/3 of our college players we've studied have had it, and about 1/3 of our high school. We know, again, that sampling bias, so the number's got to be lower than that. But it's still far too many, considering 20 million men have played high school football in this country. And so I hope this is the moment where we shift the conversation to this is a minority of players and we don't have to worry about this, to one where we say, okay, this is a public health crisis that we need to confront, not only in the NFL, but throughout football. And there are a lot of men who are going to need treatment and a cure, and we need to really ramp up our investments in making this a curable disease in our lifetime.
I just want to put to you part of what the NFL sent to us in a statement in response, because they stress that they are continually striving to make football safer. They talk about implementing strategies to reduce concussions and head impacts. That includes new rules, new helmet technology. They also
I'm over here saying, whoa.
point out the average age of the players that you studied when they died was about 66, noting they hadn't played for many years. So is it possible your findings reflect the impacts of a different, earlier era of football? Is the game safer today?
Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. We've made some modest changes to the game, and that's great. But also players are bigger, stronger, and faster than they've ever been, and they're starting younger, and seasons are longer. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's worse today or it peaked very recently. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and we need to go a lot further if we want to tell ourselves that this game is safe enough. Because as a former player, I'll tell you, I'm still uncomfortable with this. And just to give you one example, one of our latest cases was Marshawn Kneeland, who played for the Cowboys just over a year ago. At 24 years old, he died by suicide. He already had CTE, and he played in the modern era of concussion protocols and practice restrictions. So nobody should be resting on their laurels thinking that we have this covered and this is now something in the rearview mirror.
Damn. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. As we got to get this math right. When you hear him say what he just said, especially about Marshawn Kneeland, it makes me think, look, I'm listening to him and I'm respecting his research. Now, also, all research has to be what? To be proven correct, reliable, and valid. So you got to beat up the research, and it's not you're beating it up because you don't agree with it or don't believe it. It's just you want to see it battle tested so you know it is true. Okay? Reliable and valid. So things that go untested, that's why they just go untested and they turn into my truth. You see how this all ties together? Anyway, I know that the human body, our human existence, consists of disease and dangers in our system at all times, right? Like what causes you to die doesn't mean that's the only thing you have of illness. You may have something else, and then that is a part of you, but that's not what caused you. So the people who are detractors, the people who don't believe in CTE to the fullest, are usually going to be people who say that. Well, look, he was going through something, and therefore that's what did it. That's what killed him. That's what he died from. But then you're saying because, well, he had CTE in him, that's what triggered it. That's what caused it. That's what helped trampoline it. And that's kind of like the big general argument over CTE. And NFL will never come out and say this because the NFL got caught, with their pants down, knowing more than they let the public in on and the players on when it first came and hit the forefront. So they overcorrected, got silent, and just said, we're fixing it. We're changing player safety. We're fixing it. Here's the new helmets. We're fixing it. Safer practice setups and requirements. We're fixed. But they're not talking to, look, why did that guy commit suicide? Who knows? Oh, because he had CTE. Well, if you really look at a doctor's report, he has other things going on too, but those things are not being labeled. Those things are not being highlighted. I end with this example. You ever look at water under a microscope? It's unreal. You're like, what the hell? That's water? It's not pure. You see stuff in there fighting. You see stuff in there throwing up West Side. It's crazy.
So in the study, you focused on about 235 donated brains from former NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021. I mean, did you expect the rate of CTE to be so high? Tell us more about what you found.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we started studying NFL players' brains, it's been more than 90% of the sample. But over time, we got much better at getting a larger sample of NFL players and built a partnership with the retired community, so much that we got more than 25% of NFL players' brains. Unfortunately, that rate is still more than 90% in that sample. We've always hoped that this disease might be rare, but I think this is that final nail in the coffin to say, no, this is absolutely not a rare disease in the NFL population. And now we know it's somewhere between 25% and 98%. And what we need to figure out what it is between those two numbers.
Damn. That's weird. Did y'all hear that? Okay, so I'm wrong and I'm right. They're not getting a ton of the brains, obviously, but they gotten up to like 1 in 4 at a time, or this time, 25% of them. But of those 25%, 90%, he said, had CTE. But then they asked him, so what is the range? He said 25% to 98. It's almost like he blew up the balloon and then he let the air out. Because you had me at, we got 25% of the brains and 90% of them have CTE. You know what I mean? Like but then the range, the variance, hold on. If you get 25% and you sitting there saying we got 90%, you got 25% of them available, and then you got 90% of a degree of CTE in them, where does the 25% come back into the equation? And then where does 98% come from? That wasn't explained properly, or they didn't dive deeper into that. I don't know that variance. That has me suspicious. Are we playing funny math? Are we doing something funny with the money and the numbers? I don't know. But I respect Chris to the fullest. So I'm just going to keep us in tune with that conversation going forward. Whew, that was wild. Okay. Interesting. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I don't know about that math. Look, one thing I know about math is if it doesn't make sense, it's because you don't understand it. It ain't math's fault. I wish this world was like that. It ain't the truth's fault. It's your fault. You don't know what to look at. You thinking Natasha Cloud came over there with a peace sign. You think she came over there in love and harmony. No. Math does not stutter. Math does not stutter. Math does not say, I don't know. Math doesn't say, let me think about it. That's your ass. That's why I love math. That's why when I first heard it, I was like, what? Whatever. We're going to fix that going forward. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But don't blame Mav, dog. Blame your dumb ass. I love Mav. Mav just be like, I don't care. That's how I live. Like, my mindset is like, I said the truth. Y'all don't believe me? All right, no, whatever. You'll find out. Hey, lies run sprints. Lies run sprints. Truth runs marathons. So y'all just keep sprinting. I'm going to run down there and get one. So what? I'm going to walk down and get them all. That's how the game goes. Okay. What we got now? Let's change a little gears. Let's get into, we could do Skinny Luka. We're going to do Deshaun, and we definitely going to probably do Jamil Hill. That's probably it. Yeah. So I want to see Skinny Luka. Ooh. 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 Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, we got to do that. Yeah, Jamil Hill and that Jason Whitlock. Good Lord, that's good. Okay, hurry up, Wiley. Stop talking. Where's Skinny Luka at? We're going to do Skinny Luka. Just change it up, because every day it seems like right now we could do Deshaun Watson and all that stuff, and we are. But I want to see Skinny Luka. Here we go. Here we go. It's so crazy, and I love Colin. I know he's going to say it, but we give props sometimes to something that we need to be dissing. Y'all hear it?
So there was a picture of Luka Doncic. He looks great, by the way. This is what he should look like, tall and very lean. His fans are buzzing about his off-season transformation. He looks terrific. He looks like Bradley Cooper, actually, with a headband a little bit on it, doesn't he? He looks fantastic. And let me just say this. Off-season, your sleep is less interrupted. You're not having midnight dinners. Your diet should be good. This is what you should look like as a pro athlete. After a season, you take a couple of weeks off, and you have less disrupted sleep and diet. This should not be a big story. The last 4 years, Luka has played fewer games than 41-year-old LeBron James and 38-year-old Kevin Durant.
Damn.
Durant turns 38 before the season.
Damn.
That's not good. He's averaging 62 games a season. That is not good. So, and he's also, and you know, he's very ball centric. So between the cardio issues and increasing injuries, his style is ball in hands more than anybody in the NBA. Some years by a long shot. So last year he couldn't make it past April. He just had a game in Oklahoma City, got hurt, never came back. So I always think, I had a GM tell me this years ago. No,
I don't want to hear that yet. You know what it makes me think of, all that he said right now, and I love Colin. Y'all know that's like Cam Newton's my favorite, but Colin's probably the best. Colin's insane. Anyway, when I look at Luka, and I'm just like, it reminds me of Tiger Woods. Because how many times have you sat there and said, if Luka get into shape, if Luka does this, if Luka does that, first, Luka is Luka. Y'all ever seen this sucker play? Not in person is really special. Because one, you get the dimensions of like, that's a big old dude. He like a refrigerator out there, just boom. Like he's just a big box, like bow, bow. And he going slow compared to them. He ain't trying to go, me. Nope. He like, wow, boom, wow. Really? And talking while the ball's still in the air, and one. Why? Go to the free throw line. Shut up. I don't want that. Shut up. He's insane. But with Tiger Woods, the same thing. Insane. Sundays, red Nike shirt on. We know what it is. It's death to you. You're going to lose. He got the lowest score. And then everybody starts saying, but what? And then he got in trouble, you know, and then he got his divorce and his wife. And everybody started calling Tiger, like, what if Tiger, oh my God, was focused and faithful and just like locked in on the game and not just chasing all the girls that work at Perkins? It's weird like this, but he didn't become a better golfer because he was locked in. Some guys need the madness to show you the greatness. Woo, that hit me. Woo, I know, because you know what? I flashed back to how many dudes I know that was insanely great. And I was like, boy, did they get away with a lot of stuff in real life, because he was a mess. I mean, we know Lawrence Taylor, so I could use him as an example instead of people who have great, respectful reputations that I'm not going to use. But Lawrence Taylor is not alone. Michael Jackson even said it. You are not alone. My kids and I listen to Michael Jackson every day. So the point is, if Luka loses all this weight and is in perfect shape and stuff, I've just seen it more times than you can count. That don't mean you're going to get better. And of course, you still play the percentages. You get in shape. You look better. You get skinnier. You focus more. You sleep more. You stay faithful. You don't cheat. You don't get caught. She doesn't take a golf club to the car. You don't get divorced. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't always ensure success.
Not all superstars are equal. There's two levels of superstars. There's the Duncan, Kareem in his prime, Bill Russell, Magic, Michael Jordan, Kobe, where you kind of get the same guy every night. You know they're in premier shape. Steph Curry could be in this. You know they're in premier shape, totally focused, not a lot of wobbles. You're getting total commitment at practice. I mean, Michael Jordan and Kobe, Duncan were legendary practice players. That is, by the way, many elevate teammates. That is level 1 of superstar. Level 2 of superstar is Melo, Iverson, Barkley, Luka, Harden. You could put not a lot of titles in that group. None, actually, of the players I named. There's usually a hole.
Damn.
Many don't want to play defense or practice at an elite level. They're kind of independent contractors in a very team-centric game. I love them. They're first ballot Hall of Famers, but you got to protect them sometimes. Like Luka, you have to overpay for Walker Kessler. He's not a good defensive player. He will get hunted. So there are two types of superstars, like iconic legends and just superstars. And here's the thing. A lot of fans think that like level 2 superstar, there's upward mobility. He'll become a level 1. Nope. Your game's your game. Westbrook, 18 years, all gas, no brakes. Nothing wrong with that.
No brakes, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes. Yeah. Y'all heard that song? No brakes, no brakes, no. Oh, that's a classic.
He's a Hall of Famer. That Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, never been like leadership guys. That's their personality. Most of the limitations to the second-tier superstars are based on, childhood. They can be based on just sort of your personality, your quirks, whatever. Doesn't mean you're not a superstar. Doesn't mean you necessarily won't win a ring. But Luka's one of those second-level superstars where the cardio, the injuries adding up. He's getting hurt a lot. 4 straight years, he's averaging 62 games. So Kawhi Leonard, he's never been really a leader guy or like distribution, assist, make everybody better guy. Always his personality, the Pablo Torre stories, it always just feels a little off. It's a little enigmatic and mysterious. So
that boy won 3 titles, right? 2 with the Spurs, 1 but Toronto put them on their back. That might be one of the best titles outside of Dirk Nowitzki's 2011. Come on now.
Lakers made a lot of moves this offseason, and I do agree that like Walker Kessler, I'm for the overpaid. Getting younger and getting better defensively and having a little more duality with players, I'm all for. I think they'll be about as good as last year. But when I see a picture of him slimmed down and people are buzzing, guys, that's the baseline. He's a handsome kid. It very much is Bradley Cooper with a headband. But this is the baseline. This is what a pro athlete should look like. We shouldn't be buzzing every other year. Oh, put him on Men's Health. He's a pro athlete. I mean, you've got to just stay in shape, right?
Thank you. That's what I wanted to get to. I knew he was going to get there. Dog, we over here clapping and applauding this dude for being in shape. That's a prerequisite. Like, that's how you get in. You don't get no props for that. Man, it's funny because my kids call me fat, and I always have arguments with my daughters. I'm like, I'm not fat. Yes, you are. Look at you, you big, fat, stupid. And I'm like, we don't talk like that. Sorry, stupid, fat boy. And I'm giggling, but I'm also being a disciplinarian. I'm like, I'm not fat. I said, what do you call real fat people? They fat like you, daddy. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, this is what 6 and 7-year-olds talk about? And you know, I grew up joking. That's why I'm silly right now. I don't care. You're not gonna change me. If something happens, I'm sorry. I'm about to joke your ass out, and then we're gonna talk about it. Or we're gonna do both, or we do it in the other order. My kids got that trait from me. No breaks, no breaks, no breaks, no breaks. I don't care about that. But I'm not fat. There was a time where I could do whatever I wanted, and I looked insanely great. I mean, 6-pack, 6'4", 270, 280. No breaks, no breaks. I couldn't go nowhere. I was fine. Fuck that. I was fine. Like, damn. So now I'm working out harder. Why? Because I'm divorced. You know, I go, oh, I'm gonna pour all my love back into myself. Where you been pouring it before? Down my throat. Give me that jack. You know, married people get fat. That bod comes from you got a baby, you got kids, and you got a wife who ain't tripping, right? And they ain't supposed to be tripping. She's supposed to be faithful, focused with you, with your fool fat butt. And you just getting fatter and fatter because you ain't out there hunting, right? The fattest animal is the one that ain't got to hunt. You like, man, go get that. Man, you better go get that food. You better go get that possum. I'm hungry. I need some possum. Go get me some possum. I want possum today. All right, I'll be back. The one who got to hunt is the one lean. Now I'm telling myself, because I'm working out every day, it's weird. I went from not working out at all, married, supposedly happy. I work out religiously right now. Can you tell? No, fat boy. I hear my daughter right now trigger. No, fat boy. Anyway, so the point is, I'm not going to get in the best shape of my life. I can't even lie to myself. I look in the mirror, I say, it's time to go get it, Wiley. Stop playing. You know it's in you. Bring it back out. As I just finished a fucking Costco-sized bag of Doritos by myself, acting like I bought that for MJ. He came over here. He didn't even want them. He like, Daddy, I'm trying to make it. I ain't eating that whole bag of Doritos or even one of them. So I said, I ain't going to let them waste, even though they ain't going to waste. I opened it up, had about 10, had a ration. Next day, 20. Next day, 30. Next day, they gone. I am a crackhead for chips. No more chips in my house. No breaks, no breaks. I'm not, because I can't say no. I can't. Still looking up there. It's empty. It ain't up there no more. I'm still looking though. Fat boy. So point is, I can't lie to myself. I'm never going to be that guy again. Never. I'm going to be something, a better version of what I am now, but never that guy. 27-year-old me. Oh, here's a little something about a homie like me. Boy, I look like I just got out the penitentiary. I was like, didn't, wasn't he? What? Luka, let me tell you something. You still in that window where you can look like the best version of yourself. Your testosterone ain't dropped yet, right? Your collagen's still tight, homie. You ain't dealing with these elements like gravity for this long. You in your prime still, bro. Go get it before you end up like me, fat boy, looking for Doritos. Anyway, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's crazy. I think we should go to Deshaun and then finish up with Jamil Hill. That's what we're going to do. No breaks. That's all. I told y'all before. I'm going to tell you again. Game's album is classic. If you don't listen to it, that's your fault. Stomp is number 1. Drew Mack is number 2. Deion Kincaid 3. Rafael Ramirez 4. Trap Music is 5. I love all of you guys plus some. Hashtag men too. Want some? Hashtag men too. And it's for you ladies as well. I see you, Mr. Sam. I see you, Mike. I see you, Drew Mac G. I see y'all. I see all of my members up in here. No breaks. Let's keep this energy going. We going today. I'm over here sweating. You want to know why? I told you I went to Costco. Yo, I was buying all them Celsius, and that's shit, that's expensive compared to this sucker. Yo, he got me over here sweating like Pookie. I'm over here hype. I'm about to go hike this mountain. I'm about to jump off the mountain. Let's go to Deshaun Watson. That shit got me, my belly sweating. I'm like, damn, got belly sweat. Well, that's what happens when you fat, boy. I hear my daughters really call me fat. Boy, they look like I ain't self-conscious. Damn, Deshaun, come on, man. Let's start here. This is funny. I know this is going to be funny. I like Kyle Brandt. You know he went to Princeton and played football? I wish I was younger. I would have. Second down. I was tearing that Ivy League up. Get out of here, nerds.
Let's try to pretend that we are a Browns fan. I really want you to get into that mindset. And you're a Young's Browns fan. Maybe you're from Youngstown or Steubenville or Dover. And it's been tough. It's been really tough in your young life being a Browns fan. But you are a Browns fan, and it's where you're from, and you're proud of it. And you've had to hear your dad talk about Bernie Kosar and your grandfather talk about Jim Brown. And this is the Browns fandom that has been passed down to you. Let's walk through this, all right?
Uh-oh.
In March of 22, the Cleveland Browns.
Uh-oh. I'm scared to go here. Y'all ready to go? Let's go.
Browns trade everything, every asset they have for Deshaun Watson in the middle of a whole stretch of infamy and unsavory, disgusting things happening. They trade everything for him, and they pay him a 5-year, $230 million contract, okay? Couple of years, it's really rough, and it's really bad, and you don't know what's up or down or who you're supposed to cheer for or if you even are supposed to cheer or you're supposed to boo. It's a total identity crisis, and people are making fun of you, and you're feeling kind of gross, and they're losing. Then, in March of 25, the owner comes out and says this about the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
We took a big swing and miss with Deshaun. We thought we had the quarterback. We didn't, and we gave up a lot of draft picks to get him. So we've got to dig ourselves out of that hole.
Damn.
I would remind you, this is not from a representative of the front office. This is not on the coaching staff. This is the boss man who runs the whole company. Yeah. And I want to point out to you how many times he speaks in past tense. Took, thought, didn't,
Damn.
Gave. It's all in the past tense.
Damn.
With an optimistic, up-looking phrase to end it. We're going to dig ourselves out of that hole.
Yo, this makes me think of how many gaps of knowledge we all have, because I don't remember him saying this, and I haven't attached this to this situation. And as bad as that sounds against Deshaun Watson, like he already left you for dead. You are past tense. You in the grave, sucker, 72 inches deep. You know who it really sounds bad for? Shador. Wait a minute, you couldn't beat a dead man? I killed him already. He whooped your ass? He beat you out? I mean, I'm just telling you the competitor in me. If I go to an organization and I know what they got at my position, they hate, they over it, and I don't beat him, I can't go home that night.
So as a fan, you may hear that again from the owner and say, well, that really sucked, but at least it's over. At least it's over, all right? Because it's all past tense, and they'll figure out a way to just eat it financially, and I can start anew as a Browns fan, and this disgusting, horrible chapter of bad off the field and bad on the field again is over, because the owner just said it's past tense, it's over, okay? Let's go now to January of 26, or rather January of 26 this year, when again, the same owner comes out and tries to relate to the fans and say, we feel like you do. Go ahead.
When you trade for a player and you give up 3 number 1s and 2 number 3s, that really depletes your ability to raise the roster. So did it have impact? Yes. First of all, ownership takes full responsibility for where we are. To win 8 games in 2 years is horrible. It's totally unacceptable, okay? And it's not going to continue, okay? And I want the fans to know we are as frustrated as you are, and we hear a lot from our fans, which we actually appreciate. We have great fans. They're extremely passionate, and they deserve better than what they've gotten the last 2 years.
Hey, I love you. I love you, Thaywood 979. He said, it ain't over, motherfuckers. I'm surprised the rap Tourette's ain't kick in. I know, I missed one. You know what? I think, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think of so many rap Tourette's, I'm like, I gotta just ignore 90% of them. Because if not, we ain't getting through one clip. I DJ, dog. I know every rap Tourette's, it feel like. And I'll be like, let it go. Don't say nothing, buddy. Stop pushing the pause button. Oh, damn.
That was in January of this year. Yesterday, the Cleveland Browns announced that they are starting Deshaun Watson. The same quarterback that same owner all the way back in March of 25 referred to in the past tense and disavowed and referred to as a swing and miss. He checked all the boxes there, all the things. We're just as frustrated as you are. Ding.
Frustrated, irritated. Sometimes I don't know myself. I'll be too numb to see something outside, so I dig deep. right into Cherokee. See, I know too many.
This is unacceptable. Ding. We're going to fix it. Ding. And then the ding yesterday was, we're going to go with Deshaun Watson again. And I want to remind everybody, I hear that phrase, full body of work. Full body of work. Keep saying it. Here is the full body of work.
I go to work like a doctor. I can't do it. Anyway, you're going to play Deshaun for the money. Shut it. We know that. But also, I think he's still better than Shedeur. And I think he has a way greater upside. So you got to remember this, because I'm going through this right now as I evaluate things. There's one thing called income. And there's another thing called earning potential. A lot of people get lost in just thinking about income. How much you make, how much you make, how much you make, how much you make. It's how much can you make? Because some people are making what they can make for the rest of their life, which is great. But that's all you got. You have hit your glass ceiling. Oops, 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 oops. Stop it. Stop it. No, that's not me. That's the glass ceiling. Now, there's some people got a hockey stick. Okay, you think I'm just this? Okay, I reloaded. And they up there. Don't get them twisted, homie. Know the difference.
In the last 5 years, Deshaun Watson's entire tenure as a Cleveland Brown in front of these fans, he has been either bad, passable, awful, injured, pouting, or suspended. Yeah. That's the only modes he's ever been in. And again this year, he was awful in the preseason. He openly antagonized the fan base. And the years, Deshaun,
he had an ether moment in here. Did y'all hear that? Bonk, Jay-Z.
Watson's entire tenure as a Cleveland Brown in front of these fans,
listen to this.
He has been either bad, passable, awful, injured, pouting, or suspended. That's the only modes he's ever been in. And again this year, he was awful in the preseason. He openly antagonized the fan base, and they said, Deshaun, you're our guy. So again, full circle, imagine you are a lifelong Browns fan going through this. I can't. I really don't know how you guys do it. Youngstown, Steubenville, Dover, wherever you are, I sympathize with you. I feel with you, because from the top to the bottom, it is always a load of misdirection, BS, and bad decisions. And this is the granddaddy of them all.
Oh, God, that was so dope. Never take this again. This shit is working. It's working. I got energy. Oh, my God. Oh, that was hilarious. All that said, Deshaun's still the better quarterback. Look, I don't care. If I'm first-year head coach Tom Monken, Deshaun starting. Shut it. If I'm the owner, Deshaun starting. Shut it. If I'm the players, Deshaun starting. Shut it. Y'all hear some of the reports that they said? They were like those cats that had those dual practices with them. You know, those the Buffalo Bills, I think, had one with them. They were like, man, if y'all don't stop playing. See, people like Shedeur. Me too. You know, I like Shedeur because I think he's captivating. Like, I like him because it's hard to be him. It's hard to command that much attention. So when I see you doing that and you ain't trying with the ultimate thirst, that draft day was a little excessive. But do you? You thought it was going to go in the first round, top 10 pick. I understand. I would have did the same. But when it didn't go that way, day 2 or day 3, and you in a room you designed, it's a lot. But whatever. That's just the results. I like Shedeur. But ain't no way I'm looking at him like you're going to take that guy's job right now. It's just there was no plan. So I'm sorry that I had to tell y'all that too early, because y'all know I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth too early. Told y'all that way back. This boy ain't starting. Shedeur ain't starting. You got me twisted. Okay? So we got Kyle Brandt out the way. That's it for that topic. No. We done. We saved the other 2 for later. Save the other 2 for tomorrow. Okay? Now let's get into this. Jamil Hill and Jason Whitlock. That's the way you end the show. Woo-wee. That would be a good UFC. Jamil and Jason Whitlock talking that talk. We should make Showdown like, I ain't gonna tell y'all my topics, tell y'all my ideas. Yes, I am, because y'all family. Look, imagine if you saw ding, 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 Jamil Hill and Jason Whitlock. You got to make it not corny, but they just go at it and start talking. Woo-wee. Or going each other. Like, remember when Cam and Jason Whitlock went on Cam's podcast? That was one of my favorite moments in sports media ever. That was a good, because you could see that they ain't agreeing on everything, but they went there. I love that. I love that. Look at all the matchups. Beat it up in the comments, all the matchups you can see. I know for me, it would be D.L. Hughley, Ryan Clark, maybe Stephen A., but people understand. I go where Stephen A. goes. I go where Ryan goes. I go where they go. But those would be my top three. What other matchups would be good? Max and Stephen A. again? Now that Max is set free, oh, man, that would be gang-related. Oh, I would like that. Give me some good ones. Who else? Who else got like real? Like, I think Cam Newton and Ryan Clark. I don't think they're on the same page. I think Whitlock and Stacks and Matt Barnes, and they used to be on the same page. They used to be the homies. They used to come on our show all the time with Whitlock. Give me some more. That's good. Okay, I got to get you this, and we got to get out of here. Where's Jamel Hill? Where are you, Jamel? Oh, you probably YouTube. Oh, that's why. Jamel's on YouTube. Nope. Oh, the Posse's on Broadway. Jamel's on YouTube. Me and co-creator.
I don't know if you guys know who Rick Bucher is, but longtime NBA analyst, columnist, TV person, radio person. He's been all in the NBA. So he has some comments that he made, I presume, on like, must be his podcast or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Mike, I hear you. You said, Wiley, start a sports debate versus. Yo, I think it's corny on its surface. I can't lie. Because they're like, ding, 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 they walk out. Okay, the first topic is LeBron, the GOAT. I'm like, boo. It seems so contrived, but there is something there. Like to hear cats really go at it. I'm with you. We're going to figure it out.
And it really bothered me. When you hear the comments, I think you'll understand why.
All the color analysts and studio.
Who you calling colored? I'm playing. I love Slick Rick. I love Jamel too. Who you calling colored?
Hosts, women. Women have served in a variety of positions on national NBA broadcasts. Why shouldn't there be diversity on national WNBA broadcasts? What are the networks afraid of? The only males you will find on a national broadcast now are young up-and-comers doing play-by-play. Is the WNBA not worthy of being discussed and dissected by a variety of voices and perspectives in the same way the NBA is? There are some smart basketball-savvy women, both in the studio and the broadcast booth, but I don't hear a whole lot of differing opinion or debate. It all comes off as safe and monotone and cookie cutter, especially when it comes to controversial topics. All of it feels like a girls' club, the media protecting the league from real scrutiny or critique. I'll ask again, what are they afraid of?
Hey, if anybody argue with that, you got an agenda. I watch the WNBA and I watch their halftimes and pre-games, and it just be like a glow fest. I'll be like, I mean, and they do get critical because they do say, hey, she need to step up, she need to play better. But it's just like, it just doesn't feel like real sports. Real sports to me is somebody getting dog cursed. Real sports to me is somebody saying, yo, that ain't it. They always got to like make sure that the sister is okay. Remember we said earlier in the show, you got to make sure, what did Stephen A say? Like she's not, you don't antagonize her. Where we never say that about the men. Like you don't antagonize Russell Westbrook. Have you ever heard this sentence? Don't go to a game and you don't supposed to antagonize Russell Westbrook. We heard that about the women just earlier. Come on, Jamel, let's hear it.
All right. So here's what's so interesting about this, right? Number one, listen, I've never had a problem with Rick Bucher. We've gotten along, seen him covering stuff at all.
Here we go.
So this is not personal in any way.
Go there. Let's go.
He insulted the women who are on these broadcasts. Number one, cookie cutter, feels like a girls' club. Very interesting language to use there.
So everybody talk about the inside the NBA and all them. Oh, they some old haters. Oh, they stuck in the past. They jealous of these new kids' money, these new dudes' money. See, this is it. This is it. This is exactly the problem. When they get criticized, they don't understand. It goes both ways, bruh. Sister, we doing this to the dudes all day. Oh, man, they need to get over themselves. Oh, man, he can't even talk. What is Austin Rivers talking about? He wasn't even that good. Like, people do that all day. And then you do that to the women. It's like, Don't you antagonize them. Oh, you better look out for them. Hashtag something. No, hashtag men too.
I just want to give you guys some stats.
Go.
Because his complaint is there's not enough men in these broadcasts. And so what he's saying that the only people who can deliver the critical thinking are men. Because when you say that it feels like a girls' club, then the automatic implication is that it would feel less like a girls' club if it was some balls on there somewhere.
Young cheesy voice. Good one. She's right. Like that does imply like, yo, you just need some dudes in there to muck it up and then y'all be good. Like we need to come in there and be the authority. But I think he's saying it because there's an absence. Like I don't know any men on the studio shows. Do y'all? Beat it up in the comments. And look, y'all would be tripping if there were not one woman on the studio show. So that's why they got the host and some other people, you know, Malika Andrews, etc. But he's right too. You're right. Like, oh, you need Big Bad Daddy to come and save the day, huh, mama? You're right, Jamil. At the same time, he's right. I don't know one dude on them shows. I don't know. Don't mean it doesn't exist, but one prominent dude on one of them shows, I don't know him.
Here's some statistics to keep in mind.
Okay.
83% of sports editors are white men. 75% of assistant sports editors are white men. 82% of columnists are white men. Sports columnists, that is. 67% of sports anchors are white men. 68% of sports analysts are white men. 65% of sports producers are white men. I say
Jamel gonna find race anywhere. What we talking about men and women, not black men and women and white men and women. Like, oh God. I'm nitpicking, kind of, maybe not. Let's see what she says, but how did race just find its way here?
Men were doing pretty well. What about you? White men especially. It's the reason I pointed them out because they make up the majority. So what you're saying is, in a space where usually, and
yes, thank you. I'm glad. Oh, there's a God, and I know it, but boy, I'm glad when he show it. You ain't said nothing. That's why we laughing and stuttering right now, homie. Because you ain't said nothing. You brought race into it, and like that was gonna be your trump card. That ain't the big joker. What that Rick Bucher just said, yo, get spicier with y'all gang. Y'all got a lot of praise. Where's the criticism? Okay, I think some dudes in there would be nice. You're not addressing that now. You're taking this into some racial lens that, frankly, you don't even know what to say right now. But I'm gonna let you. Oh, you got your hands up. I'm sorry. I don't want to antagonize you. I'm playing. See, this is how I act. I'm sorry, y'all.
Let me just keep it a buck.
Oh,
the only reason that this is even being brought up is because the WNBA is now a hot product. And predictably, as soon as it becomes a hot product, here come all the men. None of these men cared if it was an all-female broadcast team or how many women were in color roles or analyst roles or sideline roles when, in their mind, the WNBA wasn't worth covering.
Yeah. When something is not worth it, no one cares about it because it hasn't shown worth. I don't know when last time you put an offer on a shack in the hood. Like, oh, look at that. Look at that 1/4 bedroom shack. I think that's a good deal. Let's get it. Because nobody cares for it. It's everybody's bid. It's a bidding war for what everyone wants. When y'all became something that we were into, and thank you, Caitlin Clark, and thank you, Angel Reese rivalry. But give Caitlin Clark her flowers and Angel Reese. Now we all in. What you mad at? Oh, nobody cared about the NBA when they were going through the merger and Dr. J. Yes, we did, but whatever. Okay, Magic and Bird come. Oh, now y'all want to be into it. Now y'all want to bring y'all race and black and white element in Boston versus LA. Now y'all care about it. Yes, yes, yes. People try to make you feel guilty for the shit you want. I ate that whole bag of Doritos. You think I'm gonna lie about it? I got proof I did it. Look at my belly, fat boy. My daughters. Own it. Like y'all want us to love you just cuz. No, nobody love you just cuz. Your mama and daddy and you. Who love you just cuz in this world? And it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. There's value. I think everybody's valuable. But don't act like as a product in the open marketplace, I'm going to give you attention, which I only got 24 hours of it to give a day. I give 8 of it to sleep, not me. I give it 5 or 4. But point is, I sleep 4 or 5 of them away. I'm going to hit this mountain. That's 2 of them. I'm up to 7. I'm about to go eat, shower, all those little miscellaneous things. That's another 2. I'm 9. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to watch someone do my content. That's 11, 12. I ain't got time to be checking for you just cuz. It ain't no just cuz.
Only when it became worthy to them, suddenly it's where all the men at? Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. And I can tell you, I would love to know how many broadcasts that Rick Bucher watches in college football, NFL, and if it's an all-male desk, how many times does he ask himself, where are the women?
Hold on. All this time I ain't been in the video? Let me find out. I was going to leave, but I don't want to stop this one. I ain't in the video. Oh, man. Hell no. I've been over here acting a fool, too. All right, now we go. Okay, let's go back. Can we go back? Let's go. I don't think we go back. Hold on. I'm going to go back to it. I got to be in the video. I'm over here clowning. Okay. Feels like a girls' club. Okay. Shoot.
I'm going to guess none. I just had this conversation. This has been the week of former ESPN folks that I talking. And it has nothing to do with Stephen A. Smith. This person called me about something completely unrelated. It was about, again, something else. And he was talking about how when he was coming up in the business, and he was saying,
Rob Parker,
you know, when I was coming up and looking for jobs at various networks or stations, if you will, he was like, if they had 2 black anchors or even one other black anchor, I knew I wasn't going to get a job there because they only want so many of us. That was the mentality of when he was coming up. And it's true. Like I think it's carried over, or that mentality persists because, you know, when you look at an anchor desk in terms of, like, let's say for a sport like NFL Countdown or whatever, like there's not going to be an all black desk no matter what.
You just also said there ain't going to be an all white desk. What? Like, do you want to really play representation games? We ain't gonna have one of us up there damn near. Look, we're 12% of this country. Do the math. That means we're there. You multiply that by 8.5, right? That means they have to really see a black person. Let's play this game. See, this is the logical game and the logical pretzel people don't want to play. Because you want to play this game, we're only 12.5% of this. 12% of this country. That means we need a desk that has 8 to 9 people to put one of us there. Last time I checked, Monday Night Countdown and them be having 5 people. So by the numbers, because 5 is 20%. We don't represent 20% in this country. By the numbers, we shouldn't be on the desk at all. You hear that silence? That means you're going to either argue your truth, but don't be blaming the truth because it's not the truth's fault. Then we're going to get into, oh, well, the game that they cover is black people out there. Hey, which representation you want? Because there's one that says that's even bigger than the sport. The consumers. You talking about, oh, we got 1,800 players and 60% of them black. We got 130 million consumers. How many of them? And 14 million of them black. I know why Master P went through it. Everybody clowning Master P. What you talking about? You know, you should just move. Master P nailed that.
Promise you, if it's an all-black desk, somebody's ringing the alarm. But if it's an all-white desk, ain't nobody saying nothing. For the most part, they're not going to say anything. I've seen my all-white desk before. I ain't see anybody asking, hey, where are the black people?
You also seen the all-black desk. You didn't watch Speak for Yourself, obviously. Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley, TJ Hushmanzada, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Darnell Smith, Uncle Jimmy, rest in peace. That used to be a daily. Jimmy Jackson. And then we got a letter from what's the WAACP, the White Association. And we had to put Slick Rick Dubuquer on there. Nah, in all seriousness, we're just playing mental games, weird mental games.
So this concern is going to ring a little hollow to me because people only care now because so now that the WNBA is on your radar, you're like, where are all the men?
Yeah.
See, it's funny because typically how you get to those desks is like you've either played, you have experience covering the league. Where are all the men who actually covered the WNBA before it reached this moment?
So you don't want women coaches in the NFL? You played, you experienced it, and y'all just got to the NFL because it's the biggest thing and biggest sport. You want no women coaches now? I need to be the national spokesman of haters. Like, I need to just speak for everyone who hates the truth. I'm like, okay, so the criteria is, you just told me, experience, you played it, and then you mad that they show up late. Women showed up late to coaching in the NFL. Y'all late as hell. We've been coaching. Y'all wasn't coaching in the AFL. You wouldn't let us. Okay.
It wasn't a lot. So technically, it's probably not a lot of men to pick from who've actually covered the league. True. I don't know that there has been a lot of male Rick Bukers covering the WNBA.
That's a great point. How big is the pool? Like, how many dudes really want to cover the WNBA? I don't know a lot. I don't know any, actually, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We got to go to NABJ when they ain't dissing Stephen A and find out how many people want to cover the WNBA.
So now that there's like a little more money in it, a little more prestige in it, now it's like, all right, fellas, this is our time. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm going to apply that same standard that you all apply when it comes to women being on desks that are in male sports.
But y'all there. Don't tell me, was it Laura Rutledge ain't hosting NFL Live? Don't tell me Malika Andrews ain't hosting the NBA Countdown. Shall we?
Using that same energy.
We do.
Yes, certainly you have women who are hosts, sideline reporters, all those sorts of things. But generally speaking, those jobs are hard for women to come by.
What's this giggle? So Scott Van Pelt ain't fresh? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Huh? Am I hearing this right? Pam Oliver wasn't fresh? She on the sideline, that's like sidekick. What is fresh? I'd rather be Scott Van Pelt than who else was on the show? I can't say Ryan Clark anymore because he just left. But Ryan Clark. I'd rather be Scott Van Pelt than Ryan Clark on Monday Night Countdown and all that. I'd rather be Aaron Andrews than any of them other dudes that's just on there rotating. What?
You know, you got Maria Taylor out there who is a mainstay and a host for the NBA and the NFL coverage, but Maria is one of the few. Meanwhile, you look at the other desk, none but men, and nobody's asking where the ladies at.
Yeah,
I promise you, nobody's asking where the ladies at.
Don't act like Malika. Don't act like Carissa. And they do. Oh, this was disingenuous. Oh, disappointed. Really disappointed. I'm not doing Whitlock no more. It's too late. And God dang, she act like there ain't no Carissa Thompson who I used to work with. Love her. Michelle Beadle. Love her. You act like they ain't host shows that NBA, NFL, the dude show, as you want to call it. Maria Taylor, Malika Andrews, Laura Rutledge. And you know I ain't got a good memory like that. I'm nailing these names. That's five. All I can name is Scott Van Pelt and Mike Greenberg on the other side. Who else? I'm not lying, dog. This is weird. We're in the Twilight Zone, dog. If that was really your response, one, you took Slick Rick Dubuquer's point was never addressed. You made it racial, and then you made it about like the opportunity or availability conversation, but you made that racial, and then you used the wrong evidence to support your claims. There are a lot of women that host shows. Oh, that's a diss. Oh my. So you want them just sitting there on the panel? Andrea Carter, who I love, you know, that's my favorite right now. Women, she's my favorite. She ain't hosting nothing. Is Andrea Carter bigger than Malika Andrews? What? Let's go to bed, y'all. Love y'all, man. Have an amazing day. Let me give y'all some. This show is just necessary. Stomp, Mike, Drew, Deion Kincaid, Rafael Ramirez, any other members I see out here. Thank you for being the top fans. That means y'all rock with me the hardest today. Ooh, Drew Mac G, I see you, brother. Love to you guys. Hashtag men too. Throw it up in the chat. Just keep saying it till it's going. We building it. I got a marketing meeting today about it. Real spit. And hashtag men too is for the women as well. Real women who's getting tired of being lumped in with the diggers, the gold diggers, and real victims who getting tired of being lumped in with the false allegers. We got you. Oh, here we go. Cheap R1. I'm sorry, I didn't see your super chat. Any comments on Lonzo and LeVar with Big Baller? Oh, that's a good one. Let me write that down. We got to do that tomorrow. We got to do that tomorrow. LeVar and Lonzo, I know. You know, I know them. I know them. I knew them. Grew up with them. I know they're brothers. They're twins. I went to high school with them. I think junior high too, but certainly high school. Yeah, I've known that family forever. Oh, we got to talk through that. Love to you guys, man. Have an amazing day. Time for my fat Dorito butt to get on that hill, hike that mountain. You better hurry up, fat boy. My daughter's got my head.